All right, well, it took me a little while to track it down, but I finally found the Foot Clan 4-pack from the Loyal Subjects. This is a Walmart exclusive. You can see it on shelves between $60 and $70, depending on your Walmart, what they're selling it for. I just walked into the store and picked it up last week, so didn't need to pay those crazy online secondary market prices. As you can see right away, looking at this box, it's got big Kung Fu vibes from the original NES cartridge. And I can show you what that looks like right here so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. It's got that whole depiction, that blue background, the purple writing there, the little logo where Nintendo would be. I mean, everything it's really mimicking that NES packaging. I mean, looking at the packaging in its totality, you could really see that spirit of it where it has the sprite characters on the side as well from their arcade version, not the NES version. And then on the back, you can see the whole Foot Clan there with all their figures, with their accessories in a variety of colors. And yeah, I mean, it was an interesting choice for the packaging. We've seen other packaging for arcade-inspired characters when we showed you the Krang, the Arcade Damage Krang, Arcade Damage Bebop and Rocksteady, and then Token Razar packs. They didn't go with this NES-style packaging. I mean, I love it. It's unique. It's kind of fun. But it's weird because if it's arcade characters, they wouldn't have been essentially aspiring to the NES packaging, but the Turtles arcade game did come out on NES as well. The fidelity of the graphics was not as good, but it did capture the spirit of the gameplay. So this also has a flap here where it opens, and you can see another great shot here, which kind of looks like they're being thrown at the screen here. So a little fun. There's a whole bunch of cheat codes. I don't know if these are for the Nintendo version or for the arcade version. I haven't tried them out yet, but they have B and A written on here, so that makes me think it's a Nintendo Vice Arcade. So there's a whole bunch of little cheat codes you can get as well. And then you got the guys over here displayed on the side panel. We'll be checking them out in just a moment. But that is your packaging. Taking a look at this nice set based on the arcade or based on the arcade game, whether it's ported or not. But why don't we hop in and check these guys out in more detail. Okay, so this package is glued at the top. I didn't want to tear it open there because then it kind of ruins the box. So the best way to do it is to take the one piece of tape at the bottom and to cut that open there. And now you can see with the characters removed, this really great background where it's the opening scene of the game where you have that fire inside the building. So nice to include that. It really keeps it in the spirit of things. Now I apologize for the glare, but if I remove this top cover, these guys are going to fall everywhere. So basically you can see all the characters here. You have your purple, your orange, your blue, and your white, and then a whole host of accessories. We have guns, we have katanas, we have alternative hands, we have the shuriken, the throwing stars, these little pitchfork or the tuning fork blades as well, and then these little spear type blades, and then spears. So all sorts of different accessories to sort of look at here, and then the top at the top. So they kind of give you the full range of the characters' weapons that you see for these different foot soldiers in the game. Of course, this is also great if you wanted to army build and get a ton of these sets. You're getting 4 troopers at a time, or 4 soldiers at a time. Okay, we have a little fitted plastic top here, and you can see it a little bit better here, but I don't want to tilt it too much because it might fall over, but you can see all the weapons included. Now they kind of have a fun little hue to each of the weapons. There's a blue hue and a white and a purple and an orange, so it's kind of interesting. I recall seeing the orange trooper specifically here, with more of a like a neutral or a blue sort of toned blaster in the game. Now these guys had different weapons, of course, and there were different colors that had different weapons, so you could really pair them any way you want. You don't have to adhere to a certain weapon. This guy is coming out of the box with like this weird bend to his legs. I'm not sure if that was intentional or not. I think it's just the way he was set up in there. But you can see the overall design of the foot here kind of mimics their style in the game. They're not blocky or anything like the NECA ones to make them look a little pixelated or have different color schemes on them. They're just, you know, their basic foot line of trooper. They're just painted to be more in the scheme of the characters from the game. So this one is, these are a little weird out of the box. I gotta say, they're not wanting to stand. They remind me of those speeder bike troopers that or the scout troopers that come from the original Black Series line. Their legs were just bent for being strapped to the speeder bike. But yeah, these guys were a little wonky cutting out of the package. So the basic line figure that you get for the loyal subjects is this, more closer to this foot soldier, although he has a different color scheme. This is a lot lighter purple than the other one you get. But they basically took this figure and just repainted it a bunch of times to get him to have all the different color schemes from the game. So that is all you're really getting is a repainted foot soldier, but he is, like I said, a little more fun because he's in this very video game oriented color scheme. And you're getting a 4-pack of them, so not bad. I think these usually retail around 20 bucks each or thereabouts. So you're getting 4, so you're getting a little bit of a discount, and then you're getting, in addition to that, you're getting a whole host of accessories that you do not get with the baseline trooper. So, and then you're getting them customized. Like I said, you have those different colored guns that you're getting with the characters as well. So just a lot going on there. So as you try to figure out these little wonky guys to get them situated in their initial standing poses as they're coming out of the packaging, you can start to see some of that detail on them. My orange guy, for some reason, his leg doesn't want to, his like heel is coming detached. So yeah, like I said, it took me a while to track these guys down. I hope this one wasn't like returned or something and is just a little off, but I'm getting them now that I had a chance to just sort of settle them out of the package. So these are the basic characters here, and you can see they're all the same mold, they're just different colors. So they have that great distinctive foot look to them here. Let's check out the articulation really quick. So you can see the head's on a ball joint, so that could sort of turn here. That head is not removable. The arm is on, it's got a lot of range of motion here. It's also got that double elbow, so you get really bend that arm. You could turn that wrist here. So the midsection goes left and right. It doesn't, a little up and down movement there. On the hip, you get full range on that hip there. Then you got that articulation where it turns at the thigh, so at the upper thigh. You got that double knee, and then you have that ankle. So a lot of range of motion on that ankle there. So really nice articulation. You're going to get a lot of poses out of them. And then the real crux of it here is the alternative hands. So there's 2 sets of hands. We have gesturing hands, which I'll show you what they look like in a moment here. Gesturing hands are just kind of open, and they're like a gripping or a grabbing sort of motion. And then you have weapon holding hands. Now, weapon holding hands are just a little bit more acclimated to holding any of the accessories they come with. I like doing a little twisting motion here to try to get these out, and then a twisting motion as you pop them in. You don't want to do a pull because sometimes you could get it at the joint and the joint will snap, and then you're stuck with the peg either being inside the figure or worse, you won't be able to use that hand again, or pretty much have a stuck figure. And that's just the worst possible scenario you can get there, but it happens. So getting things out of this packaging can be tricky the first time too. So we have our weapon holding hands. Now we could try an assortment of weapons. So first I'm going to try out this little gun here, and this isn't the purple gun, this is the blue gun. I just want to give it a shot. So the gun here can just kind of bend into the hand, and it seems to be pretty easy to do that. The hand wasn't too stiff fighting it, and you could do a nice 2-hand pose as well. You could sort of get this gun in here, 2 handles, and then have it a crossbody pose if you so deemed it, and then had the let's see, there we go, and then turn the head. So you could have a lot of posing here with the weapons. So that is the little gun there, that ray gun that he has. And like I said, this is a blue version of it, which I saw, I think, more with the orange guy. But there are different colors. There's that purple version. So each one is going to have their own color. So the purple guys, I think, were pretty much just the standard foot soldiers. They didn't have weapons, as I recall, or maybe they had a mallet. Maybe that was the second one. I think they were just the run-of-the-mill guys. They started getting fancier after that opening scene and carried more weapons. But yeah, you could put a katana in his hand if you wanted to do a katana. If you wanted to do one of these weird little, let's see here. These are not easy to get out. These little spear things. You could use these as well, so you could put one of those in his hand, or you could put one in each hand. I think these traditionally have like a rope on them. You could even see the little handle there where there's a hole for a rope. But you could use those here. Oddly enough, they included a spear, but only one spear, despite there being 4 of them. So if you wanted to do the spear, and it's more of a two-handed weapon, you could use 2 hands on that and get him using that spear here, however you wanted to. So they do give you a nice range of weapons there. He's got the tonfa. So these are a nice wooden tonfa. So they have more of a wood tone and sort of a grain texture to them to make them look like they actually are wooden. So you could put those in here and use them either way here if you wanted to nightstick it this way, or if you wanted to put it this style as well. It's a little, the hands are a little bit looser here, but they still hold the tonfa pretty well. I think the only other weapon, yep. So you get 1 set of tuning forks. Calling tuning forks, I do not know what these are called. So 1 set between the 4 of them, and then a couple sets. I think there's 2 sets of these throwing stars. They did throw those in the game. So yeah, just a whole lot of different weapons you could use with these guys. Very versatile. I kind of like how they give you options. I used to have someone tell me a gentleman needs options, and they definitely give you options in this set. So there are a ton of weapons. I like how they give you 4 different colored guns. That was kind of a fun addition to this. I want to say the guy I see the most with the katanas that always frustrated me was this white foot soldier here for some reason. I also remember there being a boomerang guy, but I think that was the yellow foot soldier. So yeah, he is not included in this set. You get the white, you get the purple, and you get the blue and the orange. It's kind of like Yoshi's at this point. I mean, there's so many different colors of foot soldiers, and I like how each one is like a different class. They sort of have like a different like thing to make them unique. There's the sword wielders, the hammer wielders, the gun wielders, and the boomerang wielder. I feel like the boomerang was the worst in the game. It really annoyed me. But there you go. You have your katana and your white foot soldier. So that is, you know, just giving you a range of what these guys can do, what these guys can hold, and you see all that detail on there. Is pretty much the same foot soldier mold and just different coloring. This one's got the red eyes. This one's got, I think these are like teal eyes or white eyes. And then the other 2 have yellow eyes, the blue and the orange. So just a nice little range of detail on there between the 4 sets. And I like having those colors. They make them stand out. But unlike the NECA ones, these are not basically pixelated or have that color scheme to make them look like their video game counterparts. NECA did have that line for both Turtles Arcade and then Turtles in Time Arcade. So you could check those out as well. These, of course, are a lot cheaper than the NECA ones. First of all, the NECA ones are out of production, so you're going to have to pick them up on the secondary market. And those are going to be quite a pretty penny to pick them up now. But I think they were, originally 20 or 30 bucks at retail for each figure. So yeah, or maybe they were a little cheaper because this was back before crazy inflation. It might have only been like 20 per character, but this is 80 for the set. So, or I think it was 70 for the set, so less than 20 each. Plus you get all the accessories, and you get that really fun packaging. I mean, for me, the packaging alone is almost worth the price. That's just really cool to have that sort of Nintendo style cartridge. So these guys could pair very well with the Bebop and Rocksteady that are in their arcade damage, although at that point, I don't think there are any foot left on the screen. As well as the Krang arcade damage one, and then the Toka and Razar arcade. Those guys aren't damaged, they're just arcade version from Turtles in Time. But there's also the turtle characters that are in their arcade version. I feel like those guys do have a slightly more pixelated color scheme than the other figures. They look a little bit more like they had that cell shading or something going on. Kind of similar to the NECA ones than these guys do. These guys just look like the standard foot soldier, just painted differently. Like I said, none of that pixelation or colors or yeah, the cell shading style going on there. So yeah, that is your look at the Foot Soldier 4-pack, or what do they call it? The Foot Clan action figure 4-pack from the Loyal Subjects. Really fun sort of set. A lot going on here with these weapons. And it's a great way for you to build out if you wanted a little arcade display without breaking the bank. Especially if you could find a deal on buy one, get one half off, or buy one, get one, or something like that, you could really start to build these guys out. But this seems to be like the best way to get a massive amount of foot soldiers in this line. And plus to get them really equipped as well. So that is the 4-pack. Okay, and that wraps up our look at the Loyal Subjects Foot Clan 4-pack. Definitely one of my favorites. If nothing else, this amazing box really brings it home with this NES-style packaging. You get those 4 characters, 4 different foot soldiers, 4 different styles of weapons, mix and match however you want it. Great way to army build. It's kind of got everything right there, and it's bringing that arcade look back, which we love in this crowded Turtles market, to see something unique and getting more arcade figures out there. Loyal Subjects has done a great job of that. Yes, NECA did do it a while ago, but they're still doing it. Loyal Subjects is still doing it, which is cool. So you could definitely pick those up, have a unique way to display your turtle love. So what is coming up for us in the next week? We have another surprise sample set we received. This one's going to be from Funko. So we're going to look at that on Tuesday. Don't want to spoil that. And it's going to lead to a giveaway. We'll be giving away basically whatever we have in that sample set. So we'll be showing you guys that as well. So tune back for that video. And next Thursday, we're going to have a surprise. It's going to be an interview we just got, giving us just a heads up on what we could expect in the next year from one company. Don't want to spoil it. But I will say, and this will probably give you a big hint, there is an update on the Nightmare Before Christmas action figures, including the next wave of figures. It's been talked about at several Comic-Cons now, and it's been talked about in several, I want to say, responses on their blog. But we have an answer, and we have the details of the next wave. We will be going over that at the end of that video as well. So tune back for that next Thursday. So that is all for this time. As always, like, subscribe, and follow, and we'll see you guys next time.